Welcome to a different way of seeing things. Have you ever noticed that the loudest victories are often the ones no one talks about? It's a quiet power, really. Think about this. Every day millions are caught up in the whirlwind of arguments, small lies, and ego clashes. Meanwhile, real influence operates in the background, untouched and serene. This might surprise you, but psychology backs this up. People who stay calm under pressure are seen as far more influential and respected than those who lash out. Now picture this. While everyone around you is busy with their drama, you choose peace. You choose to hold back. You let the chaos pass without letting it affect you. The secret. The universe doesn't just notice this, it's already working in your favor. It's like the score is being settled while you're calmly enjoying your coffee, watching the drama unfold and trusting that things will work out. Funny, right? The very people who tried to pull you into their fights are now stumbling, confused and powerless. You didn't raise your voice, you didn't get involved, and you certainly didn't sink to their level. But your silence is proving to be more effective than their noise. By the end of this, you'll understand why choosing peace isn't a weakness. It's the ultimate form of strength, and why the energy they wasted on trying to provoke you is backfiring on them. Get ready, because what you're about to realize might just change how you see everything, and you'll smile at the irony of it all. First, your peace shows their weaknesses. When you stay calm and composed, people around you start to show their true colors. Those who thrive on chaos, manipulation, and attention suddenly look insecure, clumsy, and desperate. Every reaction they try to get from you dies before it even starts revealing them for who they are. Fragile, insecure, and dependent on your energy to feel strong. When you refuse to play their game, it's like holding up a mirror that doesn't lie. Their attacks, their insults, their games. It all reveals cracks in their character. The louder they try to be, the weaker they look, and it becomes obvious that they need someone to provoke to feel powerful. The beauty of choosing peace is that it's not really a strategy. It's simply refusing to let their negativity affect you. That refusal itself becomes a source of strength. People who live in drama need other people's reactions to feel validated. They want you to jump, flinch, or argue. But the moment you don't, their whole world starts to fall apart. Their threats seem empty, their insults meaningless, and their confidence is revealed to be nothing more than a show. Your calm isn't passive, it's an active revealing of the truth. It strips away the illusions they worked so hard to create about themselves. It's not about winning or proving a point. It's about creating such a stark contrast that their insecurities can't hide anymore. Your silence and composure shine a spotlight, highlighting the difference between who they pretend to be and who they actually are. People who thought they were in control suddenly appear powerless. The peace you maintain becomes a language they can't understand, a code they can't crack, and a game they can't win. They might try to keep up appearances, but underneath they're crumbling and everyone can see it. Ironically, by staying quiet and calm, you've done more damage to their ego than any argument ever could. Your strength is in what you don't do. And that silence becomes a weapon more powerful than their whole arsenal. It's quiet, it's effective, and it reveals the truth that was always hiding behind their noise. Second silence turns their lies against them. When someone spreads lies about you, their power only lasts as long as you react. Every lie is like a spark, and your reaction would be the fuel that turns it into a fire. By choosing not to respond, not to defend yourself, not to argue, you let those lies float in the air with nowhere to land. The truth has a way of coming out over time. When you refuse to get involved, the lies start to fall apart on their own. People start to notice inconsistencies, contradictions, and the desperation behind the stories. Without your energy giving them power, their lies begin to unravel quietly but powerfully. Staying silent shows the world the difference between your composure and their chaos. Liars often use drama to distract people from their deceit. They need noise reactions and public fights to make their story believable. Your refusal to participate leaves them standing alone, their words echoing without support, and suddenly their illusion starts to crack. Silence exposes the holes in their story that they hoped would never be questioned. Every attempt they make to provoke a response ends up revealing more about their insecurity than about you. People start piecing things together, noticing that the only thing loud and aggressive is their own fear disguised as confidence. The power of silence is that it turns time into an ally. As days pass, their lies become easier to see. People start questioning motives, remembering what was said, and noticing the gaps between what happened and what they're saying. Meanwhile, your life goes on, showing that truth doesn't need constant defense. In fact, silence often hits harder than words because it makes people think for themselves, judge for themselves, and see the truth for themselves. Staying silent when someone lies isn't weakness. It's strategic truth. You don't have to shout, argue, or convince anyone. The lie left unsupported falls apart on its own. Every effort they make to control the story only shows their desperation and lack of credibility. Silence becomes a reflection of your strength, a sign of your patience, and the best way to let the truth speak for itself. Their lies become irrelevant because the only voice that matters is the one based on reality, calmness, and integrity. Third, divine timing does the work you couldn't. There's a sense of justice that humans can't create. And when you choose peace over reaction, you hand the situation over to something bigger. Every time you resist the urge to get back at them, argue, or prove yourself, you create space for the universe or God to align things in your favor. What looks like doing nothing is actually getting yourself in the right position for things you can't force. While others are busy trying to manipulate things, divine timing quietly moves things into place, arranging events so that truth, justice, and balance come out naturally. Your silence isn't passive. It's allowing something unseen to work perfectly on your behalf. The thing about divine timing is that it always works even when human timing doesn't. People try to rush things, lash out, or demand immediate results, and it often backfires. When you step back and refuse to fight, the universe steps in ways you might not see at first. Opportunities come up that no one expected. Lies come out at the right time, and the consequences are in line with actions you couldn't control. Their attempts to hurt you are stopped, not because you acted, but because timing made sure that every move they made would work against them. The chaos they created becomes their own undoing, and it looks effortless because it's being done on a level beyond human effort. That's why holding back becomes an invisible weapon. By choosing peace, you're not giving up power. You're giving it to a force that operates with perfect strategy and patience. While others are making noise and pretending to be in control, divine timing makes sure that justice comes at the time that will have the biggest impact. It doesn't need your anger or manipulation. It needs faith that what's meant for you can't be taken away. In the end, divine timing not only protects you, but it reveals those who tried to hurt you. Their plots and schemes are undone without you doing anything, leaving them confused and powerless. What they meant to use against you becomes the stage for their own exposure. The calm you keep allows the universe to show a precision that no human strategy could ever match. Choosing peace over drama turns waiting into a weapon, patience into power, and timing into a form of justice that is perfect and unstoppable. Fourth, not responding is a weapon they can't fight. Everyone who thrives on drama needs reactions, the flinch, the argument, the defense. Their schemes are built on the idea that you'll get involved. When you don't respond, their whole plan falls apart. No matter how loud they are, your calm is untouchable armor. Every insult slides off you, leaving them exposed. Your silence forces them into a corner they can't escape. They can't push you, provoke you, or manipulate you, and that frustrates them more than you can imagine. The energy they spent scheming is wasted because it does nothing. Every reaction they hope to get disappears and their desperation becomes obvious. People start to notice that the only chaos is coming from them, not you, and that shows their weakness. Not responding isn't being passive, it's being precise. It's an active defense that needs discipline and control. While they're thinking they're winning by causing conflict, you're quietly taking away their power. Every attempt they make is a display of their lack of power, because real strength doesn't need to prove itself with drama. Your calm says more than words ever could. It says that you're untouchable and in control of your peace. The beauty of this weapon is that it can't be stopped. They can't argue against it, they can't manipulate it, and they can't provoke a reaction because there's no reaction to use against you. Their plans fail not because you fought them, but because you refuse to play their game. In that silence, the real power becomes obvious, your composure. They can't touch it, and that makes your peace more powerful than their noise. Fifth, your restraint highlights their immaturity. People who thrive on drama are often impulsive and desperate for attention. They expect others to mirror their chaos, to fight or overreact in ways that make them feel important. When you don't respond, their immaturity is impossible to hide. Every outburst stands in contrast to your calm, and that difference becomes clear. By keeping your composure, you show the gaps in their emotional growth. Their anger is no longer subtle, it's on display. The things they use to control situations now show them to be unstable. Their attempts to manipulate you backfire not because you outsmarted them, but because your maturity makes their immaturity obvious. Observers start to notice who has authority and who is still playing childish games. Your restraint also makes them face their own lack of self-control. The harder they push, the more their impulsiveness shows. While they react to everything, you stay grounded and intentional in what you do. The world sees who is strong and who relies on noise to feel powerful. Your calmness acts like a spotlight, showing the difference between wisdom and recklessness. Ironically, by doing nothing, you do more than they could with all their scheming. Peace isn't weakness. It's a show of strength they can't replicate. It shows that you know what matters, what is worth your energy, and what isn't. Their immaturity is amplified by your measured response, making it clear that their chaos isn't a threat. It's a sign of their inability to control themselves. Your restraint turns their flaws into evidence, their immaturity into a spectacle, and their desperation into something the world can see. By choosing peace, you make them look small and powerless while quietly showing control and wisdom that they can't touch. Sixth, every whisper of drama dies without fuel. Drama needs energy to survive. Every argument is a spark that needs someone to turn it into a fire. When you refuse to give that energy, those sparks die out. Chaos can't last without attention, and by not giving it yours, you starve it. The loudest noise loses its power the moment you don't get involved. That's where the real power is, not in matching their energy, but in refusing to feed it. People who thrive on drama need others to validate them. They need a response to make their actions seem meaningful. Without it, their attacks fall flat. The drama continues around them, but it doesn't touch you, and that shows how weak their chaos is. Refusal becomes an invisible weapon. While they spend time trying to spark a reaction, you stay efficient. Their schemes collapse on themselves. Ironically, by doing nothing, you do what they couldn't do through their noise. They show their desperation. Every plot becomes evidence of their inability to control the situation because you refuse to participate. Withholding your energy also makes people see the truth. People start to notice who is really powerful and who is pretending. Your calm makes their drama seem childish and irrelevant. By starving chaos of the fuel it needs, you show that strength isn't measured by how loud you can be, but by how controlled you stay. In the end, refusing to react is mastery. Every attempt to provoke you dies quietly, leaving the instigators exposed. The real power was always in your ability to deny them what they wanted most, a reaction. Seventh, they broadcast their true nature through your calm. People who thrive on drama need reactions to define themselves and control how others see them. They need you to respond so their actions seem justified. When you stay calm, that breaks down completely. Without your participation, their bitterness becomes visible. Their true character, the part they tried to hide behind manipulation, is suddenly on display. Your calm is like a lens that magnifies their flaws without you having to say anything. Every attempt to provoke becomes a reflection of who they are. Observers start to notice that the chaos isn't your fault. It exists within them. The contrast between your composure and their agitation shows the truth. Their behavior comes from insecurity and a need to feel superior. The more they try to rattle you, the clearer their weaknesses appear. Staying unshaken also disarms their strategy. Drama only works when it sparks a reaction. When that reaction doesn't come, it becomes obvious that their power depends on the energy of others. Your calmness turns their attacks into a public display of their flaws. The efforts they made to shame you highlight their fragility instead. This effect is subtle but devastating. You don't need to call them out because your restraint does it for you. Their envy is broadcasted on its own, and anyone can see the truth. By staying calm, you turn what could have been a battle into a stage where their weaknesses are unmistakable and your composure is a testimony of strength. In the end, your calm doesn't just protect you, it shows the world who they really are while demonstrating self-mastery they can never touch. Eighth, your silence is a mirror of their futility. Every word they throw, every attempt to provoke bounces back when you don't respond. Silence shows the emptiness in their actions because it takes away the audience they need. Their frustration becomes obvious, painting a picture. All their energy comes from insecurity, not power. When you stay silent, every attempt to disrupt you becomes a showcase of their weakness. They scramble, hoping to get a response that will make them feel in control. The absence of that response turns their actions into evidence of futility. What they believed was leverage dissolves into a demonstration of how little control they actually have. Observers concede that they are dependent on external chaos to feel significant. Meanwhile, your composure highlights the contrast between real strength and desperation. Silence also amplifies the consequences of their behavior. Every attack left unanswered becomes a reflection of their motives. Their schemes no longer serve their purpose. Instead, they reveal the truth about who they are. The more they push, the more the mirror shows their vulnerability. It's as if their own actions betray them, painting a picture of someone trapped by envy. Your restraint becomes the lens through which the world sees this truth, making it undeniable. This effect is powerful. People who thrive on manipulation depend on energy to sustain their narrative. Silence strips that away completely. Their power evaporates, leaving only the reality of their limitations. In their efforts to provoke, they reveal more about themselves than they ever could about you. In the end, your silence is devastatingly effective. It reflects their futility and shows the world who lacks control. While they scramble, your quiet strength becomes the truth. Ninth, the universe turns their schemes into their collapse. Every plan they devise to destabilize you isn't random. When you refuse to fight, these schemes become instruments of exposure. What they intended to harm you with reveals their weaknesses. Their attacks end up exposing them, and you don't have to do anything to make it happen. Their plots are neutralized, and humiliation becomes inevitable because their energy becomes the mechanism that triggers their downfall. The more they push, the more the universe aligns things so their schemes collapse without you being involved. This process also shows a higher level of justice. Human retaliation is messy. Divine correction, however, is precise. It transforms their plans into evidence of truth and accountability. Their arrogance becomes a lesson showing what happens when schemes are built on bad intentions. Meanwhile, you remain untouched, a testament to the fact that victory is earned through alignment. Their collapse is inevitable because the universe can't ignore harm. Every attempt to destabilize you carries its own undoing, and your refusal to react magnifies this effect, leaving them bewildered. In the end, what they intended as a weapon becomes the vehicle of their defeat. The universe turns every scheme into collapse, and you stay untouched while their plans implode, proving that divine orchestration is stronger than any human effort to harm. 10th, your composure commands respect without words. true strength isn't measured by how loudly you assert yourself. It's measured by your ability to remain unshaken. When you stay calm, even those who resent you can't ignore it. They may try to undermine you, but your refusal speaks volumes. It communicates control in a way that words never could. People are drawn to strength. When you refuse to retaliate, your actions force others to reassess their perception of you. Those who thrive on drama may try to dismiss it, but they recognize the power in restraint. Your composure becomes a silent assertion of authority, a signal that you are not ruled by fear. It doesn't matter how loud they are. Your calmness overshadows their attempts to dominate. The beauty of this form of respect is that it can't be demanded. It comes from the contrast between their agitation and your stability. When people see someone navigate chaos without losing balance, they recognize strength. Envy can't disguise admiration. They are compelled to acknowledge your discipline. The more they try to provoke you, the clearer it becomes that their reactions are born of weakness, while your quiet confidence signals mastery. Your composure also sets a standard. It communicates that you are in control of your life. You don't need to explain yourself. Every silent moment reinforces that strength is not loud, it is deliberate. In this way, respect is commanded through the power of self-mastery. By staying calm, you establish authority that others can't challenge. 11th, the drama they crave becomes irrelevant. Drama only has power when someone participates in it. The moment you refuse to step into their chaos, their attempts collapse completely. Their provocations are no longer capable of influencing you. What they hoped would control the narrative becomes meaningless. Their energy is wasted because the target is no longer playing the game. When you disengage, their conflicts lose their significance and their attacks are designed to provoke, but your refusal renders them impotent. The world begins to see that their schemes are only powerful when you react, and those schemes are revealed for what they are: desperate. Their attempts become a performance of insecurity rather than strength. By making drama irrelevant, you reclaim your energy. You no longer allow chaos to dictate your emotions. This act of refusal is a demonstration that your priorities are non-negotiable. The conflicts they hoped would trap you now exist only around them, highlighting their dependence on others for validation. The more they try to provoke you, the clearer it becomes that their power is borrowed. Every manipulation exposed shows that their influence only exists when someone reacts. Your calmness strips away the foundation of their drama, leaving it powerless. In the end, the drama they crave is meaningless because it requires your energy to thrive. By refusing to step into their chaos, you assert control over your life. Their conflicts only have power if you give them life, and your choice to remain disengaged turns their attacks into nothing more than noise. What they hoped would unsettle you now becomes proof of their desperation, while your peace remains dominant. 12th, your silence confirms your sovereignty. Every time you choose not to react, you send a message: your life is yours alone. It can't be controlled by drama. In a world where people allow chaos to dictate their actions, your refusal is an act of ownership. It is a statement that no one has the power to disrupt your balance unless you hand it over. Sovereignty is recognized through deliberate control. By remaining silent, you demonstrate that you are not a participant in petty battles. The chaos others try to create has no leverage because it can't reach you. Your calm becomes a declaration that your inner world is untouchable and that your time is under your authority. When you refuse to react, you redefine the rules of engagement. Those who attempt to provoke you realize their strategies are ineffective. Their power only exists when it can be projected onto others. By not granting them that power, you establish a boundary they can't cross. Your silence becomes a force field that shields you while exposing the futility of their efforts. This sovereignty is magnetic. People see the difference between those who are reactive and those who are masterful. Your refusal to participate in chaos does more than protect you. It earns respect. Others may try to pressure you, but your unwavering silence communicates that you are the ultimate arbiter of your life. In the end, choosing silence is a deliberate assertion of power. It confirms that your sovereignty can't be challenged. By not reacting, you make it clear that your peace belongs to you and that no drama can dictate how you move. 13th, every attempt at attack exposes their fragility. People who thrive on conflict rely on reactions to validate their power. Every attempt is meant to create chaos. The moment you refuse to respond, every attack becomes a spotlight on their weaknesses. Their desperation is no longer hidden, it is laid bare. The more they push, the more obvious it becomes that their drama is a reflection of their internal chaos. Their attempts to provoke you reveal what they are struggling with inside. Every attempt is a demonstration of their dependency on others. The intensity of their attacks corresponds to the depth of their insecurity. While they try to destabilize you, their actions only make their instability more visible. What they hoped would make you react ends up exposing them instead. This dynamic shifts the perception of observers. People see the difference between those ruled by chaos and those who maintain control. Your refusal to engage highlights their fragility, showing that strength is about self-mastery. Every failed attempt to elicit a reaction reinforces the contrast between your stability and their instability. The more they push, the clearer it becomes that their power depended entirely on your participation. By staying grounded, you reveal that the chaos exists only in their own minds. Their attacks become proof of their weakness, not evidence of any harm they can inflict on you. In the end, their aggression reflects their internal disorder. Your calmness turns their efforts into demonstrations of fragility, exposing their instability to the world. Drama in their hands is a reflection of their turmoil, not your reality. The more they try, the more transparent their weakness becomes, and your peace remains untouched. 14. Choosing peace guarantees victory without a fight. True triumph is about refusing to be drawn into battles that serve someone else's ego. When you choose to remain calm, you step out of the arena where chaos rules. Your silence creates a space where the natural order can work on your behalf. What others try to force unravels without you lifting a finger. The power of peace lies in its ability to let justice unfold. People who attempt to harm you rely on your reaction to give their efforts credibility. Without it, their schemes collapse silently, leaving them scrambling. Time exposes lies and circumstances reveal weaknesses. Your decision to stay out of the fray is a surrender to forces stronger than human retaliation. Victory without a fight preserves your energy. Engaging in retaliation often leads to exhaustion. Choosing peace keeps your mind clear, allowing the universe to handle the balance in ways that are perfect. Your calm becomes a testament to your strength, showing that true power doesn't need to prove itself. Choosing peace guarantees a type of victory that is undeniable. Those who sought to harm you may rage, but their efforts highlight their own weakness when you refuse to respond. Their fall becomes inevitable. Meanwhile, you remain untouched, your dignity intact and your power preserved. In the end, triumph through peace is the ultimate strategy. Reaction can be fleeting, but choosing peace allows the universe to handle the rest. The real victory isn't in fighting, it's in knowing that what was meant to destroy you is working against them. So choosing peace over drama is mastery. Every moment you remain silent, you are doing more than protecting yourself. You are exposing the true nature of those who sought to destabilize you. Their schemes all collapse under the weight of your composure. Your silence becomes a mirror of their desperation, your restraint a spotlight on their immaturity, and your calm a testament to your sovereignty. While they scramble, their efforts reveal their fragility. Victory in its purest form has never required you to fight. By refusing to step into their chaos, you allow time to orchestrate the downfall of those who sought to harm you. Meanwhile, you remain unshakable. This power can't be challenged. It is rooted in self-mastery. The irony is profound. Those who try to harm you end up revealing themselves while your silence broadcasts your strength. What they meant for destruction becomes a display of their own futility, and what you held back becomes the greatest weapon. You have proven that true triumph isn't measured in retaliation. It's measured in the dignity you maintain while the universe does the rest. So rise above, remain untouchable, and let peace be your strategy. The world is watching, and your silence is louder than their noise. Your calm is deadlier than their chaos, and your victory is already written.